Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to draw a donut chart like the SwiftUI donut chart inside an Expo React Native app. So we will be making use of native modules to integrate this donut chart inside our application. So let's get started. Okay, so what we have to do is firstly create a React Native app. Now there are different templates for creating a Expo React Native app, so I'll just quickly go to this particular template just to show it to you guys. So here as you can see, I will be using this blank TypeScript template because there are not unnecessary dependencies inside this blank TypeScript template. That's what I will be using. You can use any one of this, but yeah, it comes with lot of boilerplate code which I don't really like. So what I'll do is I'll basically copy this command, and here you can see the template is blank TypeScript. I will go to my workspace directory and I'll quickly run this particular command. It will ask me for my project name. You can select whatever project name you feel like. I'll just name it as my app, and it will create the project for us. Now this might take a little bit of time due to npm installation. So what I'll do is that I'll just go to my finder. I'll open this my app which we have just created. Now the next step is we have to create our own native module. As you can see over here, there is no iOS folder, so we have to create the first iOS folder inside our Expo app. So for that you can go to this particular URL which tells you how to do that. Now SwiftUI charts are only iOS specific, so we won't be looking into Android. So go to this particular URL. You will have to select iOS device, and here we have to select development build. Expo Go is only for prototyping, so it is pretty much useless for us. And here I have disabled this EES option because I don't want to use EES. I will be using my own laptop to create development builds. Then I have already done this Xcode, command line tools, watchman installation, so I won't be doing that. If you haven't done it, you will have to do it. Then the next command is we'll have to copy this particular command, so for creating a development build. So I'll cd to my app, I'll run this command. Now again this will take a little bit of time. It will do some npm installation of itself, so be patient. Once that is done, we have to use this particular command. So this will actually create the iOS folder for us, as well as it will do CocoaPod installation, which again takes a lot of time. So here you can see it is still stuck on this particular thing. Okay, finally it has started. This should be pretty quick. So here you can see it has already done this. Then I will run this particular command. Now this will take little bit of time. So firstly I think it will ask me for my bundle identifier, so I'll keep it as default. I'll just click on enter, and then here you should see that it will create an iOS folder. So here you can see it has created the iOS folder. Again the CocoaPod installation will take a little bit of time, so be patient. Once this installation is done, I'll come back. Hey guys, so as you can see, CocoaPod installation is finished and it is asking me to select a device. I won't select it because I don't want to run the application now. So I'll just do Control C or Command C, and it will won't run our app. Like it won't make any sense to run the default app because we haven't added any code. Then the next thing is we have to create a native module. So for that you can go to this particular documentation. So I'll just open this particular documentation, and here you can see that we have to copy this particular command to create a native module. So I'll just copy this particular command and I'll paste it over here. Now again it will ask us for our module name, so I'll select whatever module name you feel like, but I'll keep everything as default. So I'll just click on enter, and again it will download the npm dependencies for us. Now for our module as well, we have to do CocoaPod installation. So I'll just copy that and I'll paste it over here. Again this will take a little bit of time, so be patient. Let it do its thing. But in the meantime, what we can do is what I have done, you can see that I have created one sample project, and I will be copying a lot of code from this sample project because it's very difficult for me to remember all the code by myself. So ignore this first, like this is my sample project. Okay, so I'll just go to my modules, and firstly we will have to check the src folder, and here we have to set some types. I think I haven't changed anything. Sorry, not this types. I'll have to change this types. So we'll have to open this particular file inside our project as well. So here you can see our modules, src my modules.type.ts, and basically we will have to add this as a prop. So if you want, you can use the name as a prop as well, but I don't like the name, because what we will be doing is that we will be sending some JSON data from we will stringify that JSON data from React Native side to native iOS side. So that's why I have kept it like more easy to understand chart data. So here I will just paste it over here. Okay, and next is we have to add this view prop. So this is basically for styling on React Native side, that's why we do that. So I'll just add this as well, and we have to import this view props from React Native, so I have also added that. Okay, so this part is done. Now I'll show you the app.tsx part so that you can have a better understanding like how we exactly use it. We haven't written the implementation yet, but I think that's fine. So I'll just open this app.tsx, and firstly you will have to import your module view, something like this. So I can import, so whatever name you have given to your module, you will have to change this to accordingly. And here you can see I'm using this as a React component. Here I'm passing the chart data, and this is our chart. So basically I'm passing the users on the x-axis, view count, sorry, there is no x-axis and y-axis, but basically this data I want to show it on our chart. So that's what I'm doing, this users as well as view count. Instead of users and view count, you can use whatever you feel like. ID I'm using because on the Swift side we have to use this identifier, just like on the React Native side if we are using map or mapping over a list of items or an array of items, we have to use the key prop, right? That's why that's similar, we have to pass the ID as well. And color also I'm passing, just so that I can show each and every part of the chart in different color. So yeah, change this value to whatever you feel like. And so I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over. I'll remove this text, I don't need this, and I'll paste it below here. Okay, and here is just telling I couldn't find the width, so I'm using this use windows dimension React hook to get the width of our screen. So I'll just copy this and then I'll import this use windows dimension. Okay, so hopefully up till here everyone has understand it. Next what we'll have to do is we'll have to go to our project. So I'll just go to my app, the app which we have created. We have to go to iOS and double click on XE workspace, so it will open it in Xcode. Now we'll have to write some Swift code like I told you, so let it open. It will again take little bit of time. In the meantime I'll go to my practice project, I'll go to modules, I'll go to my module, I'll go to iOS and I'll open these files. So I need this, I need this, I need this, and I need this as well. So I'll open it quickly. Okay, I'll just move this at the top. I'll move this as well at the top. Okay, so here our project is open inside Xcode. The first thing which you will have to do is, okay, let it load. Okay, so I'll just open our app, and here you will have to update the minimum deployment target to 17, because the chart which we are using is only supported from iOS 17 and above. So that's the reason why we have to change this to minimum 17. Also over here we will have to go and change this to 17. Okay, once that is done, you will have to open your pods. You will have to go to development pods and find your module. So here you can see this is my module. So firstly I will go to my module.swift. So here you can see this is my module.swift. So this is boilerplate code which is written. So first given that this is only available from iOS 17, I'll have to copy this annotation and I'll have to paste it over here. The next thing which I will have to do is I'll have to scroll down, and here you can see previously it was using this name prop, but we have changed it to chart data, right? So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here and I'll explain you everything. So I will just scroll down. Here is our module. I'll comment this out, and here we'll have to use something like this. So this is our view, which is our my module view Swift file. Here you can see. So we get this chart data. We will have to define a variable called chart data in module view as well. So I'm basically checking. So suppose you have sent some prop data, then again later on you are sending some prop data. So I'm checking whether the initial prop data which we got is same to the second prop data which you have sent. If it is same, we don't need to re-render our chart, right? That's why I have added this if clause. And if it is not same, then I'm assigning the new chart data to our chart data variable, which I will define shortly in my module view, and then we will call this show chart method. Yeah, so we will just call this show chart method as well. So what I will do next is, again go over here, I'll close this. So next we have to create this struct file view month. So I'll again tell you why we are creating this. So just right click, new file, you will have to select Swift file, click next, and here you will have to give it a name. View month is fine. I'll scroll down, and here make sure your module name is selected, so this checkbox should be checked, and I'll click on create. So if you see our data, how the data we are passing, so we are passing an ID, users, view count, as well as color. So same property names you have to use it inside your struct as well, so that Swift can understand what type of data you are passing. If you have changed it inside app.tsx, you will have to change it here over here as well. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. Then we have also created an extension. You don't really have to understand it. So basically Swift doesn't understand this hex color, it needs color in a particular format. So that's why I have created this extension. Basically it will take this hex string and convert it to a format which iOS will understand. So that's what this code is all about. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. So hopefully you have got the point till here. Then I'll close this as well. So next is my module view. So again I'll just copy this entire code and then I'll explain it to you. My module view, I'll paste it over here. So firstly we are importing SwiftUI. The chart UI won't be inside this particular class. We will create a separate class for that. But we Expo view does not allow to directly embed a SwiftUI view. We have to create a UI kit view, and inside that we can embed a SwiftUI view. So that's what I'm doing over here. So again we are making it sure that only iOS 17 and above can use this. We are creating a UI view, then we are creating an array of view month, and this is the chart data variable which I was talking about. Here we are overriding this boilerplate code and adding our parent view as a sub view. Then we call this layout sub views, and we just pass view.frame equal to bounds. And then I have created this method which we were calling it from our my module class. So we will get the data in stringify JSON format, right? We convert it to a data format which is part of Swift. Then we decode that data with the help of this view month struct. Then we get an array of view month. If there are any data inside our list response, we remove it. Then we append everything to our list response. Then I will create this file shortly, my chart view. It will actually contain the actual chart, and here we create this UI hosting controller. Now this is all boilerplate code which is necessary to embed a SwiftUI view inside your UI kit view. So that's why we have to use this UI hosting controller. Then we get a view out of it. Then we get hold of our controller, add the VC to our controller, then add our SwiftUI view to our UI kit view, do some NS layout constraints, and then we have to do vc.did move to parent controller. This is all boilerplate code, so don't worry too much about it. Then we have to create this Swift file. So I'll just copy this Swift file and I'll paste it over here. Right click, new, and again make sure your my module is selected. So here you can see it is selected for me. I'll click on create. So it has created, oh sorry, I forgot to name it. I'll just delete this one. I forgot to rename it. I'll just right click, new file, next, and name it as my chart view. Again I'll just make sure my module is selected. Yes, the checkbox is checked. I'll click on create. Okay, now I will quickly copy this code and get back to you. Okay, so I have copy pasted this code from my practice project. So basically we are importing SwiftUI as well as charts, and here you can see we are only allowing from iOS 17 and above. Then we take an array of view month. Here I have created two state, one for selected count and one for selected wine type, because we can click on it. And here you can see that we use this get selected wine type. Again I am doing some calculation. Yeah, this will differ according to what you have taken, so it's up to you how you do this calculation of get selected wine type. And here you can see I have taken a V stack. Inside that I have taken a chart, I have taken this sector mark. I'm using this angle, inner radius, outer radius, angular inset, foreground color. This is our corner radius. This is chart angle selection. Then this is for our chart background as well, which I will again, once you see the output, things would be more clearer for you. So if selected wine type, then do this, otherwise do this. And here I'm setting the frame max height. I have kept it as infinity. I think I'll just change it to 300 because that's what we have set inside our app.tsx as well, right? And here is our text. Okay, and here is our spacer. Anyways, I'll just move it back to dot infinity because sometimes this text might overlap. So I think this is fine. And here inside on change, we are doing some kind of an animation. So even if you didn't understood all this, it's fine. Like once you see the output, things would be more clearer for you. So I'll just quickly run my application. See, here is the output, and if I click on it, I can click on it, I think. So here you can see I'm able to click on each. The click is a little bit off if you are trying to test it on a simulator, so I would recommend you test it on a real device. But here, as you can see, I'm able to click on it. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.